What's going on, y'all, man? This your boy Tony Black, voice of the block. And right now, you tuned into Ghetto Gossip Live, man. Y'all already see what the title is, bro. We got a store owner, man. We got a store owner, bro, who had and shot and killed a 14-year-old because he thought that this kid was hitting a lick inside of his store. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have multiple. Let me make sure we live real quick. Let me make sure we live real quick because y'all already know we finna get to it. We gonna talk about it, bro. We live, man. Y'all make sure that y'all tap the like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure you get me up to 100 likes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all jump in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. You know? Now, we got this dude, young guy, you know what I'm saying, named Cyrus, go inside a convenience store. You know, we don't even know how the dude get there. He was walking, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly how I think he got there. You know what I'm saying? He walked to the store because I don't think nobody dropped him off. Now he go inside the store, he grabbed 4 waters. Why did he grab 4 waters and he put them back? So it ain't like he grabbed the 4 waters, you know, and tried to look around and see who was behind him. You know, it ain't like he tried to tuck one of them inside of his pants. You know, he just grabbed them. You know how when you grab some water, you tuck it right here. That's what he did. You know, y'all ever seen Menace to Society? How the Chinese lady and the Chinese man was watching the guy came when he came inside the stove. Hurry up and buy in the freezer. Hurry up and buy. You know, behind the chips. You know, behind different things acting weird. Picture that. That was that situation. That was that situation, man. Little guy, you know, he didn't feel comfortable. You know, I wouldn't have felt comfortable. You know, me coming inside of a store just to buy something. You know, very simple water. He probably grabbed 4 waters because he was nervous in the first place. You know, he seen the lady walk up. He was nervous. He's like, oh, why she following me? But besides that, you know, the guy leave. You know, the little boy he leave. 14-year-old Cyrus leave. You know, the dad, which is the owner of the store, and the son, which is was I guess was working at the cash register. Both followed this kid out of the store, man. They followed him out of the store and followed him, you know, 100 and something yards, bro. 130 yards. That's a football field in 30 yards. That's almost a football. That's almost, you know, a football field in the whole. That's a whole football field, but you know, almost half of that, bro. You know, they chased this dude to a wooded area, all the way down the street, 130 yards, almost 2 football fields. Banger on the side, bro. Car stopping because the boy scared. He run up out of his shoe. The son say, "Gun, gun." Dad, pop, pop. You know, Cyrus, 14-year-old, you know. I don't know if he was a, you know, a street guy. I don't know if he be hitting licks in the store, you know what I'm saying? But this store particularly be having, you know, theft. The owner of this store shot, you know, at 2 people. You know, he used that strap in 2 different incidents, bro. You know, so he was very used to using it. You know, he was on high alert like a pit bull. Like, hey, he would have whacked over a piece of candy. But come on, he wasn't even stealing nothing. Y'all wasn't even threatening. You ain't even supposed to follow nobody. Listen, if somebody come inside my home right now, take my TV, you know, all my YouTube stuff, you know, and I'm talking about there's three of them. So they take one on take my TV, one on take the, you know, got my laptop and the camera and the microphone, and then another one got, you know, something else. And they running down the street, bro. They running down the street What would happen? You know what I'm saying? What would happen? What would happen if I pop, 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 and they backs turned? Because from my understanding, bro, with the law and the way that things set up, bro, you ain't supposed to shoot someone in the back. You know, that's not self-defense, especially if they running in his shoes. He didn't ran out of his shoe and it was a wooded area. It don't seem right to me, man. And I don't think that this guy, should have gotten off the way that he gotten off. You know. Now, it is possible, because I'm gonna play it from both sides. It is possible because they said that it was a weapon on the ground. And it was Cyrus, which is the 14-year-old boy weapon. They said it was a weapon on the ground. That's what the authorities said. But who knows if it was, did they fingerprint it, or do they know for sure that it was, Cyrus's weapon? What if it was, the dad other weapon or the son weapon? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. I didn't hear them mention that during the trial. You know what I'm saying? But all I can say is rest in peace to Cyrus, bro. And it what justice was not served. Justice wasn't served because you hit this boy in his back. But like I was saying, it is possible to aim a weapon at somebody with your back turned like this. But I don't even think that's the case, bro. I don't think that's the case, bro. They say he fell, what I'm saying? He tripped over something. Like, come on, he running down a wooded area, bro. A wooded area. They left this dude on the side like a bear. Even though that they called authorities right after it happened, and the father, or the son, it was one of them, tried to give Cyrus, CPR, mouth to mouth, which is they showed a little, courtesy. But at the end of the day, you can't just be so trigger happy if someone not stealing a whole lot of. Listen, first of all, not even if they stealing a whole lot of stuff, because you're not even allowed to hold nobody hostage. You can't chase after nobody. The best thing you can do is get a picture, you know, call 911, and then speaking of pictures, right? A lot of times when I be going inside of the liquor store, in some of these convenience stores, I be seeing what photos of guys or women, with something in their hand, running like they running out of the store, like they what stealing. So why they couldn't do this to this dude in this situation? He never been there before and stole, because if so, they would have stopped him from the get go at the door. They was watching this dude make this dude feel uncomfortable. They forced him to run. They forced. Listen, the Taiwan was forced, and I don't give a fuck. Man, the Chinese people forced, Cyrus to run so they can do what they did. And now, but before that, they chased him so they could do what they did. We can't, even before this situation, Chinese food was never even good to me in the fucking beginning, because of what they said is it's rat and dog that we eating. And we don't know what the hell they's eating. We don't know what they chopping up and what they cooking, for one. Now you got the right to defend your property and defend your stuff, but not in a back turning situation. So I'm not saying that he wrong, but I'm not saying that he right. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't understand the law very well. I'm gonna just say it like that. He didn't understand very well, but that still don't get this shit the whole fact of this dude beating the case, whacking the kid, back turn, didn't take anything, not even not even in the beginning. Is like it don't even look like he wanted to take nothing in the beginning in the first place. Maybe if they would have had buggies or something in the store. Because, and another thing, if he was trying to steal something or something, I think he would have put it in his bag. You know how many white people goes inside the store with bags that you can't see through, and they don't be watching them. Bro, y'all can't be going to get y'all nails did no more by these Chinese people, bro. They killed one of your brothers, you know, on purpose, and they happy about it. You know, they happy about it. Y'all can't be supporting these people, bro, eating their food. Y'all don't know what y'all eating inside of these people food. You know, Y'all don't know if these people be washing their hands when they use. Y'all don't know. It's best not to even go out and eat fast food anyway because you don't know if these people really taking care of themselves and what they're doing behind the scenes. This case right here, bro, is a case that I could say, bro, honestly, bro, it got overlooked. It got overlooked because like the dude wasn't no threat, bro. He was going about his business and he didn't even have nothing, bro. He didn't even like even if he did have something, I don't think it was pointed at them. I think if it was anything, he would have walked up in that stove and got down how you know what I'm saying, how niggas supposed to get down. Like I want everything straight up. That's how I think he would have if he would wanted to take anything. I don't think the dude would have went in there and took a bottle of water or two bottles of water, bro. You know, you got people that do that, but I don't think that little boy went in there to take some $1.25 because after taxes, water. I don't think it was right for them to chase this boy out the store. But now it's okay for you to protect your stuff. You know, protect your stuff, but it's not right for anybody to chase anybody. So it wasn't right for them to chase that boy out the store at all. At all. So where is the time for that? They need to get the time for that because, like, if I do it, if you do it, bro, if anybody else do it, bro, a white person do it, bro, if a black person do it, bro, if a Spanish person do it, life in fucking prison, life in prison. And what make it so even sad enough, the boy didn't even point nothing at him or have anything out of that store. Not even stolen, not even paid for. Because he felt uncomfortable and wanted to go on about his business. Say, fuck it. Why she watching me like that? I never been in the store where people over my shoulder, like, what you got? What you doing? And then she following the dude while he walking out the store saying something to him. What y'all think about this shit, man? Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What y'all think about this shit, bro? Y'all think that shit was, you know what I'm saying, right for them to, you know what I'm saying, let this dude off with these charges? Or y'all think they need to look at this shit again? Because I think they need to take a look at it again and again and again. Because somebody got to serve time for that situation. The trigger man got to serve time for that situation. The son, he can't serve time for that situation. The mom even ran out the door with them. She can't serve time for that situation. The trigger man who actually pulled that trigger fam got to spend time for that situation. It's gonna be hell to pay. You know, after this whole like after the court and they got found not guilty, police officers surrounded the store. And y'all want me to tell you how they had that store surrounded like the president was inside that store. That's how that store was surrounded with police officers today and yesterday. He got found not guilty. They opened the store back up. They ain't finna let that stop their business. They gonna hire security, you know, all of that good stuff, you know, like armed security. Like nobody, you know, it's gonna be hard to fuck with them. You know, it's gonna be hard to fuck with them. If they don't hire security. If not, you know what I'm saying? I already heard and seen what, you know, people already got planned on doing. They already got dirt up their sleeve, already ready to retaliate because a lot of people see it's not right. And y'all know me. I'm gonna get on here and say, man, if it was right or wrong, y'all don't already know me. I would have been like, yeah, he deserved it. He did this, but no, no. The 14-year-old that day, you know what I'm saying, who didn't steal nothing out of the store, who had a gun on him. Speaking of why the fuck did he have a gun on him at the age of 14? He's not even old enough. You 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year olds ain't allowed to have no motherfucking peace on y'all. I don't think it was right for this situation to go down the way it went down before or after. I don't like what happened before the situation, you know. before the cops got involved, when they was watching him. So I don't like what happened before the situation. I don't like what happened after the situation with the not guilty, with them saying, oh, not guilty for, you know, basically, you know, I guess that's what we're doing, running after kids, bow them down, you know, and beating charges. I guess that's what they doing. Not we doing, but we as people. So hey, I guess that's what's going on now, right? I guess that's what the fuck this world is coming to. I thought Donald Trump was sending these people who don't belong in America back to where they got to go. So what the fuck? Donald Trump, you see what just happened to a unarmed guy who wasn't even taking nothing out of the store, who probably had a bright future ahead of him, who probably wanted to be the next black president. Do you see what happened to Cyrus? 14 years old, you know, still in school, probably was a basketball player, even though he had a gun on him, that don't make him a thug. But why the fuck did he have a gun on him? You parents gotta watch your kids. Y'all gotta be in your kids' business, you know, because it can be your kid. Your kid probably got a gun up under the mattress. You don't know. They probably take it to school every day. To probably take it to school every day. And you don't even know. Because you ain't in their business. If you care about your child, that's your business, damn it. Y'all got the real all twisted, bro. Y'all got the real. This could have been anybody. This could have been just a regular person walking out, who walked in the store, picked up something and put it down and walked out the store. It could have been anybody. It was an evil, senseless killing. Justice wasn't served, but the streets, they like to they like to serve their own justice. Well, it shouldn't even have to get that far, fam. It shouldn't have to get that far, bro. Y'all gotta let God take care of it. Cause think about when you go retaliate, what's gonna happen to you? You ain't gonna be able to take care of what you gotta take care in your life because you're gonna be locked behind bars. Best thing for y'all to do is not support them. Make them not want to be here like that. You know, you ladies run and go buy your hair from them instead of, if your hair fucked up, cut it. But when y'all go and buy hair from them, y'all go buy nails from them, and then get your nails done. I mean, shit. We pretty much wearing everything that they motherfucking the shit coming from China. You know, everything coming from over there. But it still don't justify the fact that these people done what the fuck they did, bro. Y'all know people in the streets ain't rocking with that shit. And I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, because when I went, because I was making other content and I was in and out of this, but I wasn't really, what I'm saying. But I had caught I got the point where, what I'm saying, the prosecutor was sitting there yelling. You said they was lying. They was lying. Like at the beginning, like when the shit first happened, like, the son was lying. He lied about what happened, bro. That's another thing too. Why lie? Why lie about what happened? If you know that the truth gonna come out, why lie in the beginning in the first place? The truth always gonna come out, so why lie in the beginning in the first place? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't 21 or older, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't even be rocking with that piece on you. Don't even be having that gat on you. Don't even be, you know what I'm saying, especially if you on the corner, man. If you're on the corner, you know what I'm saying, you got these felonies, don't have that thing on you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're on the corner and you got felonies, don't don't set yourself up. Y'all know y'all can make y'all own stuff that these people who y'all buying these nails from and stuff like that. Y'all can make y'all own, food. Y'all can make y'all own clothes. Y'all, if y'all put your minds to it, y'all can make your own shoes, your own socks. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this shit, bro. I don't think it's over. I don't think this shit right here, I don't think it should be over. You know, I think Cyrus family got to keep trying to push for justice. Because why did they lie in the beginning in the first place? If they lied in the beginning in the first place, it's something bigger than what we know, than the outcome. It's something behind the scenes. It got to be something behind the scenes if they lied in the beginning in the first place and then they chased after this dude like that, bro. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rocking with that at all. I can't buy that. And I don't want it for $1 million. You can't give me $1 million and say, hey, this is what happened. I can be dead broke, not a penny to my name. And you say, here go $5 million. This is really what happened to him. I'm gonna say, keep that $5 million. Because when you chase after somebody 130 yards, a whole football field, and almost half of another football field, dashing out in front of traffic, I think it was done on purpose. I'm gonna just tell you like that, fam. Hey man, this your boy Tony Black, man, voice of the block, man. Hey, I'm out.